Hello guys, this is a channel Technology and Hobby, and today I'm shooting an explanation video how I did all those shots with my Nokia 6.1 2018 edition. Today I'm not using my Nokia 6.1 because of the fact that this particular smartphone will be a main guest of this episode. So I'm using Sony Xperia U, my old smartphone. I don't have a professional camera, so bear with me. Quality might vary. Thank you very much. Anyways, this is my smartphone, my new smartphone, Nokia 6.1. I bought it like 2 months ago when my old smartphone died, and I had a small amount of cash in my possession, and I was thinking, whether to get a smartphone or a camera. Well, basically, my financial situation right now doesn't allow me to have any DSLR whatsoever, and I don't have any problems with that because I'm not a professional shooter. I'm still learning a lot from you guys, from YouTubers, and thank you very much. You're doing a great job. I learned a lot already, and the best example of that is those two videos on my channel. So I choose smartphone obviously because I need it for a certain things, and I also choose this particular smartphone for its camera capabilities. Well, low light capabilities are pretty much bad of this smartphone, even though that it's got a camera to API implemented. But again, for shooting videos, it's pretty damn good. I was actually impressed, like very impressed, with a video footage that I got from this cellular device, and it's a pretty good bump up in performance from a last year's model, an old Nokia 6. It's got all new Qualcomm Snapdragon 630 processor, 3 gigs of RAM, LPDDR3, 32 gigs of internal storage. It's a dual SIM smartphone, and I'm using a second SIM slot for a memory, and this is a kind of technical specs, but let's talk about a main event in here, a camera. Well, it's a pretty decent camera module. It's got a Carl Zeiss optics. Let's see if my camera decides to focus. Here, it's actually written here, Zeiss optics. It's got a f2.0 aperture. It's 16 megapixel, and it is capable of shooting 4K. I used a application called Cinema 4K, and I used these settings. Let me quickly set this up for you. 1/50th of a second, white balance locked, and focus most of the time is infinite, so it would not bounce around. And in terms of internal specifications, I use 24 frames per second, 1080p, 100 megabits per second. Sound, I used a camcorder, 1 megabits per second. Dark and light, flat profile, flat profile intensity high, high quality noise reduction, and so on. Anyways, I also use a framing guide. Yeah, and when I started shooting with these settings, I saw a problem. Basically, the scenery was too blown out. So I need something to actually to darken a scenery a little bit. So I went to my local, uh, photo store, and I bought these two filters. This is a 40 millimeter polarized filter, and bought this number 8 ND filter, which obviously screws like this, one on another. And you may ask me, how the hell did I attach it to the smartphone? Well, as far as I don't have any attachments whatsoever to my smartphone, I went as much budget as possible. I used electrical tape and double-sided tape to mount this guy on top here, and to stabilize it, I used Amazon special tripod, $14. Pretty good tripod. I'm not ranting about it. Basically, you get what you paid for. It actually worked pretty well. Plus, this guy has a built-in image stabilization. Of course, it's an electronic one, not the optical, but it still worked pretty well. I also used some sort of a stabilization in post. I edit all these videos in Sony Vegas Pro version 14, and I have exported it in 1080p 24 frames per second. Basically, everything went well. I was actually pretty impressed with the quality, and so do some people on my channel. I've read like some comments. Like it actually warms my heart, guys, and it actually keeps me on motivating to do this. So in nearest future, in the next month, I'm planning on purchasing some sort of a B script type accessory for my smartphone to mount a 37 millimeter wide angle lenses, and on top of those lenses, a filters as well. So well, it's kind of B script clone. That's why it costs like $21. I guess it's called Zekti or Zektai, or I don't remember, but it's actually pretty good. So, well, up until then, well, thank you very much for watching my videos, and subscribe, write down the comments, and well, thank you very much for your attention.